Do you want success, fulfillment, happiness and health? Of course you do. And mastering emotions is the key to all of those things. So I'm going to share with you my 5 favorite TED Talks that are going to help you master your emotions. Mastering your emotions isn't about suppressing, overexpressing, or escaping emotions. It's about using your emotions as fuel for growth. That means you can still have setbacks and challenges like we all do. But these TED Talks, I'm going to describe them to you and give you one powerful, highly valuable, implementable strategy in your life so that you can start using your emotions as a fuel for growth. You can use the energy of self-compassion to embrace, enhance, and release any emotional state. Think about the freedom, the growth, and the abundance that you can feel as a result. My name's Nilesh, and after 10 years as a doctor, I now work as a self-mastery coach and compassion trainer, working with the likes of film producers, music producers, 8-figure entrepreneurs, award-winning charity founders. Let's get straight to it. TED Talk number 1, The Power of Vulnerability by Brené Brown. In this widely acclaimed TED Talk, Brené Brown discusses the importance of embracing vulnerability as a pathway to courage, connection, and, of course, emotional resilience moving forward. Brené is one of the leading lights on the research behind shame, and shame stems from this innocent desire to be loved. Many of us walk around with hidden shame, especially high performers. Many of us are trying to accomplish, trying to be loved, trying to be nice and perform so that we can feel loved. And that's because of a deep hidden shame within us. Now, you might not be aware of this, but it could show up as you not wanting to be fully visible, not wanting to set up that business that you've always wanted and go and follow your heart. It might show up by you not asking for what you truly want in relationships. It might show up with you hiding, lying, concealing, falsifying, or burying things, or over-giving and over-delivering. These are all signs of hidden shame. And Brené in the talk is going to help you understand that by whispering shame, you're going to let it dissipate. And it's going to help you be vulnerable as a leader, as a person, as a human right now. And as a result, put you on your path to your potential. So what's the one implementable strategy you can use that I've taken away from watching this TED Talk and Brené's work? Well, I want you to complete the following sentence. What I don't want you to know about me is, and I want you to write out as if you were spilling all of your deepest and darkest secrets. And if you're struggling to write things, think of the life categories. So in health is body, mind, spirit. In happiness is love, relationship, family, and friends. And in wealth is career, finances, learning, and experiences. Go through the different life categories. Think about anything that maybe you wouldn't want me to know about you. Write them all down on a piece of paper. And then when you're ready, burn it or release it in some way. It's a profound tool I use with my clients that helps them release shame and then release the energy so they can go and serve on their mission. TED Talk number 2 is Emotional Agility by Susan David. Famous psychologist Susan David shares insights and research on emotional agility, which is the ability to navigate life's challenges with flexibility and resilience. She offers practical strategies for managing difficult emotions, much like how we discuss on this channel, adapting to change, and living with greater authenticity and purpose. If there's one implementable strategy I can share, which is not directly from the TED Talk, but something that I've implemented as a result of this training on emotional agility, is the most powerful and simple thing you can do. And I'm going to give you a brief overview of the values exercise. You're going to go and you're going to chart your life from the age of 0 to 25. You're going to chart the highs and the lows and write down the events. And just as a starter for this exercise, the number one thing you're going to do is you're going to see how the troughs created the peaks and the peaks created the troughs. You're going to look at the different events and you are going to start to assign new meaning to those events. Maybe it was a death. Maybe it was you got fired from a job, or you lost a job, or you lost some money, or you lost a partner, a breakup. I want you to look at those and give you the chance through, of course, the practice of emotional agility to create your own meaning, that you are the author of your future and create your own meaning from these events. TED Talk number 3, Your Body Language May Shape Who You Are by Amy Cuddy. Social psychologist Amy Cuddy discusses the relationship between body language, power poses, and emotional states, and she explores how adopting expansive, confident postures can influence our thoughts, our feelings, and behaviors. Not only that, it empowers us to navigate challenging situations with greater confidence and presence. The number one strategy I've taken after watching that TED Talk is it forced me to delve deeper into the research on body language, and I came across this thing called a heart-centered pose. And it's very simple. You're going to basically put your shoulders back, open up your chest, and you're going to relax your arms by your side. And being in this heart-centered pose does a few things, especially if you're a leader or someone who works with people a lot. Opening the heart shows that you're open and that you're loving and you're respectful. Putting the shoulders back and having a straight spine shows that you're confident and calm and peaceful. And I have so many stories about how when I've adopted this heart-centered pose, how people have magnetized towards me and I've formed great business connections. Same with my clients, how they have gone from feeling slumped and low and not happy with themselves to them finding a partner through making sure they consciously shift their body posture and radiated that confidence that they were proud of who they were, how they were showing up in the world. And they were someone that could bring value and help others. TED Talk number 4. All it takes is 10 mindful minutes by Andy Puddicombe. Former Buddhist monk, Andy Puddicombe shares his insights on the transformative power of mindfulness meditation. And he offers practical tips for incorporating mindfulness into daily life, helping us cultivate greater awareness, presence, and emotional balance. This TED Talk, a long time ago, inspired me to get into mindfulness. And it's been one of the most incredible journeys of my life. Now, of course, many of you know I talk about self-compassion. Self-compassion does differ from mindfulness. Self-compassion is action-based. Self-compassion has a common humanity piece. Self-compassion has mindfulness within the first part of its component, mindful awareness. But mindfulness is a foundation for all happiness, emotional mastery, and personal growth. Why? Well, we have so many brain studies and all the top companies in the world, your likes of Google and Meta, and Amazon, they all have training in mindfulness. Why? Well, it improves focus, learning, memory, attention. So what can you implement right now if you've never practiced it before? Well, first thing you could do, which is where I started, is you could go on Headspace or Calm, those two apps, get a free subscription, set up a buddy and a friend and do a challenge of 90 days of 10 minutes a day. But probably more profound and more simple is to start to mindfully experience your day-to-day life. And you can start this by using 3 words: see, hear, feel. As you're walking through life, particularly in your routines, showering, eating, driving, you repeat a word: see, hear, or feel. I learned this from my meditation teacher, and he learned it from his teacher, Shinzen Young, who's written a book called The Science of Enlightenment. When you repeat the word see, you focus in on what you see, outside and on the inside. Mental pictures and externally. When you focus in on hear, you focus in on what you hear on the outside and then on your inner chatter on the inside. And same with feel, focus in on your body's external feelings and your body's internal feelings. It's a very, very profound tool. When you do this tool, you'll start to gain more non-judgmental awareness of the present moment, which is what mindfulness is, and develop all the skills that I mentioned before. Talk number 5. How to Make Stress Your Friend by Kelly McGonigal. This is one of my favorites. I love Kelly's work. She challenges the common perception of stress as inherently harmful and explores its potential benefits for resilience and growth. One of my favorite bits of the talk is where she discusses research on the mindset shift that can transform our relationship with stress, empowering us to harness its energy for positive change. So the implementable strategy here is a huge perspective shift in this talk, and I encourage you out of all the talks to watch this one. We have been taught that stress is the enemy, that stress makes you sick, that stress makes you die. Well, in that talk, they share an amazing study that shows that it's not our stress that makes us sick, but it's our perception of stress. And so whenever you feel stressed, and I've been through enormous stress, even in the last year, which is completely normal, it's completely okay. Like I said in my other videos, we get sick, we get old, we die, we have suffering, setbacks, relationship struggles, relationship breakups. So when you go through stress, I want you to implement what she talks about in the video, which is literally saying a mantra to yourself, like, my body is preparing me for growth. You can think of yourself as having a container of energy. We're all energy and information. And when you are going through stress, that container is just expanding. And so it needs more love, it needs more attention, kind of like a baby that's growing. That baby will need more love and attention at the start of its life because it is growing so rapidly. And so when you go through stressful times, a toxic job, a difficult relationship, maybe you're also going through a hardship with your own health, know that this is your body preparing you for a future. And we know from that talk that when you focus in on that belief and you literally pattern interrupt when you get the thoughts of self-blame for stress, I shouldn't be stressed, I'm going to get sick, this isn't good for me. You literally click your fingers or create a little pattern interrupt, hold a coin in your pocket, create a little posture, and repeat the phrase that my body is preparing me for growth. My body is preparing me for growth. Neurons that fire together, wire together, these pattern interrupts work in the long run. I can't wait for you to try this. My clients absolutely love this. Like I say, clients that I work with have gained real benefit from these really simple tools and techniques. So I can't wait to hear how you get on with these TED Talks and how you get on with implementing the 5 strategies that I spoke about, and I will see you in the next video.